I want to talk about who is missing. You can't read
Okay.
that. That was a bad choice in color, the light green. I want to talk about
Oh,
who's missing,
right.
but before we get that, of course, I don't know. I feel like, is this the Avengers team that Sam has putting together for this movie? So we've got, of course, Falcon, the new Falcon, Shang-Chi, Shiri, as they're everyone saying she's going to be Black Panther. I'm guessing she will be, and then of course Thor, Ant-Man. Right? Is that? I feel like that's probably the Avengers team he assembled, and they get sucked into this. However, it's a pretty, and of course you've got Namor too coming back, which is, I thought that was an interesting thing because it was like, how is he involved in this? Is it just because of the incursion?
He did have a lot to do with the comic Secret Wars. He was part of the Marvel 616 that survived the incursion.
Yeah.
And went against Doom in Battle World. So that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm just curious, since you're bringing
He also joined the X-Men.
Yeah, he is quote unquote the first mutant. I'm curious.
And he's straight been on an X-Men team before.
Oh, and then what's his face too? The other guy from Black Panther.
Baku.
Yeah, Baku. So a couple, those all make sense to a point, because I'm pretty sure Hemsworth is still under contract too. So here's the thing, right? The other person that we haven't talked about, but obviously is a key figure in anything doing with the multiverse and incursions, if you watched Loki season 2, is Loki. Like, I said it at the end of Loki season 2. You can't do a multiverse movie going forward without mentioning Loki. Like, they made him the center of all of it. So to sit there and act, oh, that didn't happen, is just going to piss fans off.
I think it's going to be.
Sorry, Frosty's asked you didn't like Beast from First Class?
I didn't hate him, but I thought it was way inferior to Kelsey Grammer's. Absolutely.
Ron says some of the actors will be signed on as we go on. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, like I said it, like Loki's got to be involved. What'll be interesting is, of course, he's a variant, right? He's not
the
Loki that died in Infinity War, but it's still Loki. It's a variant from the 616 universe. So are they going to have the moment with Loki and Thor meeting up again? Or are they going to have
each other? Will.
Okay.
No, that's coming. And I like the Avengers team they got going on here. You know, we got Thor, we got an Ant-Man, Black Panther, Captain America. I'm liking it.
No Hulk. No.
I think there's a lot of. First of all, I think this is going to parody the two. What was it? Infinity War and Endgame.
Yes, we talked about that offline, but yeah, like I do think this is going to be the Infinity War, where it looks like the bad guys lose at the end, and then
they win.
I'm sorry, the bad guys win at the end, the good guys lose. But yeah,
Empire Strikes Back effect.
Go ahead.
One theory that I've heard that kind of makes sense, we'll see, is that the whole thing is going to be that Doctor Doom needs 3 things from the MCU in order to bring upon Battleworld. He needs Miss Marvel's bangles that give her mutant powers, which I know she's not on the cast yet. But then they're saying he needs the 10 rings from Shang-Chi. And then he needs, what was her name, America Chavez? Remember that kid, the one that can warp through realities from Multiverse Madness? That those are the 3 things that he's going to collect in this movie that make it so that he brings upon the Secret Wars Battle World.
Yeah, that was an interesting thing too, right? Because
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because I kept going like Shang-Chi. Like I like the character, but I couldn't think of like why is he in the movie. But okay, yeah, the 10 rings, and that makes sense. I just thought Cap was looking for people that can help defend the Earth, as it were. So I didn't even think of it that way. You're right. That is probably right. But yeah, and then I think by the end of the movie, Doom, who, let's be honest, he's going to be a variant of Tony Stark. You can't do this. You can't have Robert Downey Jr. come back and say this is just a completely different character. No. In fact, they definitely have to give us the moment where he's in the armor for most of the movie, or at least the first half of the movie, and there's that scene where the mask comes off and they
Yeah.
see Robert Downey Jr.'s face underneath, and they're going to be like, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
We know
Everyone
what's coming.
yeah, they're going to have to do that moment.
That's the questionable thing about this trailer, is that I find myself not appreciating the fact that it's Robert Downey Jr. who's sitting in the last chair until it's like, can the MCU not be successful if it's not somehow curated by Robert Downey Jr. or whatever? I don't know.
Again, I've said this before. I feel there's a part of me that feels like it is a little bit of stunt casting, and there is that, oh, our last few movies haven't done well, so let's bring back the guy everyone loves. And they talk to him, and he's like, okay, but I'm going to come back as a different character and a villain, and then we're getting this, which, let's be honest, he's only going to be in the 2 movies too. It's not he's going to continue on as Iron Man after this. So let's put that out there right away. But I think another glaring thing with this is the characters that are missing from this, right? The characters who we know, the actors are also still under contract. They're supposed to be making more movies for them. There is the one main character who's missing, who is rumored to be an important character of the movie, and maybe there's some contractual thing with Sony. But Tom Holland, Spider-Man, again, there's rumors that he's in it, and that the story revolves around Peter and Doom's relationship in a lot of ways. There's important things with the relationship, which makes me feel like we are getting that moment where the mask comes off, and maybe we're in a world where he lost Peter, and that's what made him turn into Doom. The putting the Iron Dome around the Earth to protect it, Dr. Doom wearing an iron suit. There's a lot of similarities with that. Just a thought, and like maybe that's why the relationship's important. But yeah, like he's not in the list. Good.
That makes sense to me. Don't get me wrong. I think that, again, just some of the cast isn't announced yet.
Yeah.
But I'm highly suspect of them making Spider-Man like a focus in this movie, since he is still under the control of Sony. You shouldn't focus on something you don't own. But on top of that,
yeah.
And again, this is not going to be the comic book Secret Wars, so this really probably isn't worth much. But Spider-Man really doesn't have a whole lot to do. At least Peter Parker's Spider-Man doesn't have a whole lot to do with the Secret Wars stuff. Miles Morales' Spider-Man does.
Yeah, but we don't have a Miles Morales yet.
Yeah.
In live action. Right.
Yeah. And that could be a big thing.
What
if this was, let me ask you, Dave, as a Spider-Man aficionado fan, what if they introduced Miles Morales in Doomsday?
I feel like that would be a lot of heavy lifting to do the character any kind of justice, to introduce him in a movie like this. And don't get me wrong, because we did introduce Spider-Man in Civil War, and they just bypassed his origin story. But that's Peter Parker's origin story, who you had seen in 2 previous movies. This is Miles Morales' story, which is different. So to like totally blow that away and just all of a sudden here's another Spider-Man and no explanation, I don't know. I don't think that would work.
What's a very popular movie that has Spider-Man in it, right? The Enter the Spider-Verse.
It's popular, but it's an animated movie. It's not as popular as a live action movie. I don't think so.
Popular kids, man. I'm telling you, kids love that shit. Miles Morales, kids care more about Miles Morales than they do Peter Parker. Sorry to say that to you, buddy, as a Peter Parker guy.
You're wrong.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you. Here's why I say that, because I have nieces and nephews and stuff that really don't give a shit about comics, Spider-Man, none of that shit. But they're super into the Spider-Verse. And it's the same Harley Quinn thing too. Where a couple of years ago, no one gives a shit about comics, but everybody's gonna be Harley Quinn for Halloween. It's on that level. So I'm telling you, with the kids, Miles Morales is big.
Those kids are wrong. Who else is missing? Captain Marvel?
I don't think they want to contend with. I think they're done with the Brie Larson thing.
I don't totally disagree with you, but she is, they set her up as the most powerful character in the MCU, and then to not have her, it's okay. also Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch.
That is a
And
big one. I think he'll
we
be.
know we ended Multiverse of Madness with him going after an incursion or investigating an incursion that he quote unquote
Yeah.
caused, which I feel like is going to be related to this movie. So
I think it's
not
going to be
being
heavily Secret Wars. I think we might see a little bit. I think we'll get an end credit scene with Doctor Strange.
okay. And let me think, who else? There was someone else I had in my mind that was like,
Oh, Mark Ruffalo.
yeah, I said that. Hulk, he's been a little neutered, especially
You
in the
don't see
She-Hulk
Nick
stuff.
Fury.
Yeah,
No Samuel.
this is true.
I don't know. I'm okay with that. I think we're talking about 1 to 2 universes having an incursion here. So some crazy shit. Some crazy shit.
Oh, and of course, the two big guns, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, they'll be, yeah.
If they want this to be a $10 billion movie, you bring in Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds as part of this story. And then
I don't know, man. Something tells me they're not included in the original vision of this arc here.
Can't imagine that the X-Men were included in the original arc of this vision of this arc as well. Because think about it, right? Like they let Ryan Reynolds and everyone use Deadpool and Wolverine to put an end cap on the X-Men Fox universe. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, no, we're bringing them back one more time. And it's like, okay.
We don't know that for sure. It could be a different universe is very similar.
Right. Yeah, but you got to give the people what they want.
Actually, I hope that is the gambit we get. I hope that we didn't get the gambit from Deadpool and Wolverine because I didn't like the fact that he had the wrong eyes. Gambit has like black eyes with like pink pupils. But that's a nitpick.
Yeah. Frosty says, Thor surpassed Captain Marvel as the strongest in his last god-awful movie. Did he? What did he do? I'm trying to remember what he did in Love and Thunder. What could be considered like
I don't know. People really don't seem to like that movie. I don't know. Maybe if you really don't like him teaming up with the kids. Remember he teamed up with the kids?
Right. And he gave them all, enhanced all their weapons. That was...
Yeah. I didn't mind that. They could have done more with gore, but I don't know. I didn't hate that movie.
And look, and I know there's like weirdness with Dave Bautista, but no one from the Guardians either, right? No.
Oh yeah, and we've seen like footage, right? Supposedly, allegedly, of Chris Pratt's Star-Lord sitting next to Vision. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, that was in the leaked concept art.
Yeah,
the White Vision. It was Star-Lord.
I don't think they've reviewed everything. I think their whole purpose of this was for the X-Men thing, honestly, because we all assumed the Fantastic Four would be there. Thunderbolts, maybe that second line of characters there threw us off a little bit, but I think this is more, hey, we're gonna have the X-Men here.
Yeah. Again, none of the Avengers are a surprise. The Fantastic Four aren't a surprise. The Thunderbolts were a little bit of a surprise for me. I don't know. I felt like they were doing this movie as like an experiment, but they must have confidence that people are going to like it.
I bet you they also have the option to, if Thunderbolts comes out and fucking tanks, I'm sure they're going to reduce the screen time of the Thunderbolts. They have that option. So I'm sure they're hedging their bet that way.
Yeah, I like David Harbour's Red Guardian, and I like...
Yes, I do too. It's funny as hell. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I like to see what's his face does as the captain and or U.S. agent. I'm sorry. So yeah, we'll see. And then of course, Sentry. That's interesting too because it feels like they're definitely showing Sentry as a villain in the Thunderbolts movie.
Which I think is going to lead to him being nerfed for this movie.
Yeah, that's what I feel like too. Thrawn says Thunderbolts are Timu Suicide Squad.
That they are. Esteemed member Thrawn Kill, by the way.
When you try to order your Avengers on Wish and you get the Thunderbolts.
Exactly.
All right. So this is interesting. I am curious what people think. I do think, we're going to get... Because I also feel like there are going to be characters who show up at the end that are like the hope for beating Doom. And that leads to Secret Wars. And is that going to be Spider-Man and Strange and a couple other characters? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe a young Avenger or two. Who knows? Just to bring in some young blood as well. Yeah, so we'll see. Again, let us know in those comments down below, and we'll discuss it in the next episode. So, Thanks for watching this clip from the Superhero Speak podcast. And don't forget to watch us live every Sunday night right here on this channel.
While you're here, hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications so you won't miss out on any of our great upcoming content.
Speaking of content, don't forget to check out our website, superheroespeak.com, where you can find the podcast, links to our social media, merch, comic reviews, and so much more. That's superheroespeak.com.
Thanks for watching, and don't let your cape be caught in the door. See you next time.